Hello and welcome to Chicken Bros. My name is David Heath.
And we are the Chicken Bros, of which I am one.
I didn't see that coming at all. So, this is new. We haven't really reviewed a TV show in a while.
Especially not one that means so much to us.
Yes. Well, more to you than it does to me. I mean, I love Blue's Clues. It's Blue's Clues, by the way. I like Blue's Clues. I just don't think it resonated as much with me as it did with you.
Probably not, but what
It's
can
good.
I say?
It's good. It is good.
It's educational.
It is. It is educational. So, I don't know if there is anyone out there who's never heard of Blue's Clues, but in case there is, Blue's Clues was a kid's show for Nick Jr. back in the day. It started back when Nick Jr. was around, and it starred Steve, who was a green striped shirt wearing lovable man who would help us play a game called Blue's Clues.
Yes. And it was like Dora the Explorer, where the character would interact directly with us as a viewer, which was good for cognitive development. But the way Steve did it is that he made us feel welcome, because he always started off going, "Oh, hi, come on in. It's so good to see you."
And he refers to us as his friend. That just makes it feel like, oh, we're his friend. We're a part of the family.
Yeah. And his dog Blue, who is one of the most lovable creatures on this earth, loves to see us just as much. And just for clarification, because a lot of kids, a lot of adults, people still argue this to this day. Blue is female.
Really? They argue that?
Dude, I've gotten into so many TikTok arguments over this.
I mean, I don't know how, considering in episodes, Steve, Joe, and Josh refer to her as she.
Yeah, I know.
Learn your pronouns, people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Blue identifies as a female, please.
Oh God! Do not bring that into this.
I'm sorry. So,
all right.
It's kind of hard to talk about Blue's Clues in a review setting because it's a formula, and that's not a bad thing. It's just that it's basically the end goal is to play Blue's Clues to find out what Blue wants to do. And the way you play Blue's Clues is Blue leaves 3 paw prints on various objects, and at the end, Steve has to sit in his thinking chair and find out what all those 3 things mean to what Blue wants to do.
It's like the song says, "We gotta find a paw print. That's the first clue. You put in a note because they're who's clues, Blue's Clues. You know what to do. Sit down there, think and share and think. Think. Because when we use our minds, take a step at a time, we can do anything that we want to do." Yeah, I'm 24. I still remember every single song that man sang to me.
My favorite song from Blue's Clues was Mail Time, Mail Time, Mail Time, Mail Time.
Mail time, mail time. The mail's here. Here's the mail, it never fails. It makes me want to wag my tail. When it comes, I want to wail.
Mail! And Steve was the host of the show for a few years, I think. Like at least
about 5 years, 4 or 5 years.
About 5 years. And
then he left.
Yeah, after his 5-year run, his brother? Are they brothers?
That's the character,
Because I always thought, I don't know why when I was a kid, I thought Steve and Joe were cousins.
No, that's Steve and Josh.
Okay, so yeah, Steve's brother, Joe, comes in and basically takes the place as the host of Blue's Clues.
Okay, in the show, it was because Steve was leaving for college. But in real life, the actor, whose name was also Steve, was losing his hair, which you could tell if you watched the show.
Yeah, it got significantly shorter.
Yeah. And he didn't want to freak out the kids.
Right.
Because he cares about us.
Mm-hmm.
So then Joe came along. And what I liked about Joe is that he had different color shirts. Not that I had anything wrong with Steve's green shirt. Green's my favorite color. Represent the stripes. I just thought it was cool that Joe had different shirts.
And I don't want to discredit Joe or whatever the guy's actual name is, but
his real name I think is like Donovan. It's weird because Steve's real name is Steve, but the actor's name is Steve.
I don't know if Josh's real name is Josh.
It is.
Oh, it is? Okay. That's weird.
But Joe, the odd man out here.
I guess because they wanted a first syllable name, it'd be easier for kids, for youngsters.
Don, I guess.
I don't know. But anyway, Joe wasn't a bad host. I just think I got so conditioned to Steve that
Yeah.
I kind of barreled off of Blue's Clues after Steve left.
See, here's why. Because by the time Joe came around, I was like in, I don't know, maybe second, third grade. I thought I was getting a little old for Blue's Clues.
Yeah.
And then, of course, fucking fast forward 15 years later, they're rebooting. Well, is it a reboot? Really? No, it's not.
It's not really a reboot. It's more of a continuation, actually.
Yeah. Here I am at 20. I think I was 23 when the show started. Actually, no. Funny story. When before the show officially started, they had a casting call for it, and I legitly considered doing it.
You would have made an awesome Blue's Clues host. I'm just telling you. No, for those of you who don't know, Noah is amazing with kids.
Well, yeah, but
he would have made an awesome Blue's Clues host. I know he swears here, but he can turn that shit off real quick.
Well, I really can. That's because I work with kids in my day to day.
Yeah, he only cusses here because he knows he's talking with me.
Yeah, I'm an adult. I'm speaking to an adult. I can cuss.
Yeah.
Anyway, I legitimately considered it, and what stopped me? I was in school.
Yeah.
But if I could, I would have dropped everything, gone to Burbank, California, and at least tried out. Yeah. But that being said, the guy they got to do it, his name is Josh. He has the spirit.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I've seen a fair few episodes of Blue's Clues and You. Granted, most of the episodes are just rehash of the Steve adventures, like beat for beat. Like my favorite episode of the Steve era, they did the Magenta Comes Over. They did that with Josh.
Right.
But having said that, it's still a good show.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Kids are gonna love it. I love it, and I'm 24. And
also, like, the thing is too is like, because usually me and Noah are a team on most things, which is why I thought this show would work. I joked with Noah about, like, man, if you had been cast as the host of Blue's Clues, I want the thinking chair to somehow become sentient and be able to talk, and I'll voice him. And I came up with this voice like, I'm thinking hard because I'm the thinking chair.
And that
I don't know why I went with a guy from Brooklyn, but it fit.
Well, I mean, the mailbox has a Brooklyn accent.
That is true.
Mail's here.
And me and Noah made that joke several times. And what I love too about I'm pretty sure it was like the first episode of Blue's Clues and You, where Josh. Okay, this is something I don't like about Blue's Clues and You. The handy dandy notebook is a phone now.
Yeah, some of the technological additions kind of date the show, and I don't like it. Like, instead of we just got a letter, I wonder who it's from. It's like, we just got an email. I mean, he still gets letters every once in a while, but nah, he mostly gets emails now.
Yeah, the good thing about like the original show was that like people still get letters. So that doesn't date the original. People now could relate to that if they wanted to, but now with this, people will be like, "Well, this was clearly made in whatever."
I mean, crazy.
40 years from now, when the emails are forgotten, it's going to be something else.
Oh, if Blue's Clues even goes that long.
No, I'm not saying it will. I'm saying that, like, because technology always advances, it always goes forward, and there's going to be something that replaces emails. I just know it. And then people are going to look back on this show and go, oh, well, this was clearly made in da-da-da because emails. Who still uses emails,
Yeah, that's true.
But that's not to say... My original point was, in the first episode, Josh, I guess, FaceTimes Steve and Joe, and you see them like it's actually them.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, Blue is acting this way, and I don't know what's wrong with her. So so they're both like, let's talk to her. And so they're like, hey, Blue, what's up? Ah, I got it. What do I have to do? Play Blue's Clues. Of course. Why didn't I think of that? And then Steve says, hey, can I talk to my friend out there?
Oh,
he knew.
You remember us.
Was gonna watch. He wanted to talk to us one more time.
Oh, I'm glad they found a way to use him again in the show. It was so nice.
Because Steve Burns, the actor, is like completely bald now.
Yeah, like it's all gone.
So they worked around that by having him wear like this trench coat. Like he's a detective now.
Which makes total sense.
Oh, yeah. And Joe works at the present store. Which I suppose makes sense. I don't know. I'm not as into the Joe era as I was the Steve era.
Speaking of, something I had a problem with it when I was like 7, but I don't really care now. But I also didn't like that when Joe came around, they redesigned the handy dandy notebook. I was so used to the square one.
Yeah, if I were to have a handy... That makes me wonder, if I were the host of Blue's Clues, like, would I have to suffer using that stupid iPhone handy notebook?
No, you would have your... And the thing is, too, if you had one like Steve's, you'd have to recolor it because, the dinky chair.
True. It'd have to be a green handy notebook, like the green background, but the notebook in the middle would be... the chair in the middle would be yellow, because David would be
It'd be a yellow dinky chair.
Because... is his favorite color.
But speaking of that original notebook, I had it when I was a kid, the handy dandy notebook.
I had that one, and I had the Joe era one.
I only had Steve's. But like I remember I used to go around pretending like I was Steve when I was a kid, like, we're gonna find Blue's Clues.
Beep, beep.
And Noah loves this. There was an episode during the Steve era where he actually was a clue.
I have that episode, I own that episode on iTunes now, and I watch it all the time. It's fucking hilarious.
Like, tell him why you like it.
Okay, so, first, what I love is that when he becomes Clue, he's, super excited, right? Like, I'm a Clue! I mean, I always wanted to be a Clue, but I'm a Clue! And then he draws himself, and he goes, so what would Blue want with a handsome guy like me? And then, of course, every time he says, because he always says, we have to go find more Blue's Clues. So, because he's the first clue, he always goes, we have to find more clues. Of which, I am one.
Did they ever do that with Josh? Like, did they ever make him a clue?
That same episode, because like I said, they rehashed all the Steve adventures.
Mm-hmm.
And they did that, and he was like, it's like, I'm a clue. He had more of a modern day freak out, like, you've always wanted to be a clue, right? Now just ah!
Yeah, that sounds modern day.
Yeah, again, nothing against Josh. He has the spirit.
Yeah, and I gotta give kudos to the showrunners for trying to make it, capture that same magic. Because they didn't just do this to make money. They clearly did this because they wanted us to feel nostalgic again. And it does feel like the original show in some elements. It really is, well done.
It has the same spirit, most of the same actors.
Yeah, I think some got a little too old to play some of their childish roles. I like that. I don't know if you knew this, bro, but the person who helped created Blue's Clues voices Blue.
Yeah, I know that.
And she's still going strong.
Yeah, it's not that hard to do Blue. I can do it.
Yeah, but it's like even though it's like Patrick Star, that voice isn't hard to do. But if it's not Bill Fagerbakke, you know it.
True.
But yeah, this shit. Blue's Clues. It's clearly good. It's been going on for 20 plus years.
Mm-hmm. Not continuous. It kind of dropped off after the Joe era.
20 plus years, dude. Wrap your head around that. Good God.
If you're going to go by that, because again, like I said, it didn't go on continuously for 20 plus years.
No, but it's still here. You know what I mean? It did come back.
Okay, you can say that about the Chipmunk fandom too, which we will eventually.
Well, yeah, but that's not technically dead. No matter how many people want to say it is, but
it's
technically that one's more impressive because that one's been going on longer.
True.
Chipmunks have been around since the 50s.
True that.
But Blue's Clues, man, it's a great show. I would recommend it to anyone out there who has kids. Definitely put on Blue's Clues because they will love it.
And if you're a fan like we are, put it on for your kids. Let them experience the same magic that we did.
And if you're an adult who watched it when the original was out, watch it for yourself if you want to feel nostalgic. Steve won't care.
It is. In fact, Heath himself picked Josh out of all the people who, auditioned. Could you imagine that? You audition for Blue's Clues, and Steve himself picks you to be the host.
Steve Burns was really?
Yeah, Steve Burns himself picked Josh out.
Really?
So I read.
Huh. That's got to be... Dude, oh my gosh. Imagine if that was you, where he saw you and he's like, that kid. It's got to be that kid.
Oh,
you would freak the fuck out.
I would like because I wouldn't want to because aside from being the host of Blue's Clues, Steve Burns is also an accomplished musician.
That is true.
Which is probably why, honestly, that's probably why I wouldn't have been chosen even if I had auditioned, because I can neither sing nor play any instruments. Steve, Joe, and Josh can do both.
Yeah, but I don't think it's a requirement to do Blue's Clues, to sing and
Well,
all that. And also, you know what I was thinking just a second ago was the fact that, for any Chicken Bros fans out there who don't know, Noah has cerebral palsy, and it affects which arm?
my right, it affects my entire right side.
His entire right side. So
It's the official name for my specific, I don't want to say brand because it's not a brand. My specific.
Sorry, like you got it at Walmart.
Yeah, my specific. Okay, so I'm not gonna say version. There's a term I'm looking for. It's on the tip of my tongue. My specific
Your case.
thank you, of cerebral palsy is called spastic hemiplegic. Hemiplegic means it only affects one side of my body, and that will be the side, which is probably why I'm left-handed.
Think about because good kids shows anyway teach you to be inclusive and be nice and always accept everybody. So
And Blue's one of them. They had a kid who spoke in Spanish. There was an episode where they had a deaf woman come on.
Yeah, then they taught you American Sign Language. Exactly. So imagine what it would be like if they had a host who had cerebral palsy who operates differently, and you learn about the different. That would be brilliant.
That would be brilliant. I agree, but it wasn't in the cards.
Probably not. But imagine if that was if you auditioned and then be like, this would be a great opportunity to teach kids. All about the different kinds of people out there. That. I don't know. I'm an optimist, and I always try to look at oh man, how cool would it be if this kind of thing happened?
Yeah, I agree.
So yeah, Blue's Clues, 10 out of frickin' 10. Come on, you want to do it. Come on, do it. I know you want to.
You don't know what I want to do.
Yeah, I do. Come on, do it. Do it.
There, I did it. That's what I wanted to do.
That's not what I was talking about. I thought you were going to sing the so long. I thought you were going to sing the so long song.
No.
All right. Well, yeah, that was Blue's Clues. We hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Yeah!